Hey everyone, welcome back. For this episode, I'm going to go over how you put on shoes and take them off for when you're a shoe model for a showroom or for a market week such as Fanny in New York City. So, here we go. I just want to say thank you everyone so much for following and watching and liking and showing all the love for my channel. I really appreciate it. And with that said, let's get on with the episode. If it's your first time shoe modeling in the showroom or for market week such as Fanny in New York City, and you're like, what do I do? I'm gonna go over pretty much the basics of what you need to know and also go into further details of other little nuances that you might not even think of happening, but they came up in my experience as shoe modeling. I'm going to separate it into two separate videos. So for this video, it'll be part one. I'm going to go over you putting on shoes and taking them off, and how to put shoes on and take them off with different types of wardrobes that you'll be wearing on the lower half of your body, so different bottoms, and also some tips about how to put on shoes and also what not to do and also what you should be doing when putting on shoes. So we're just going to go through all of that in this episode. Basically, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to be sitting at your seat. You're going to put on the shoes. And then you're going to walk in a straight line to wherever you need to show the shoes to the clients. And you're going to pose. And then you're going to turn around, walk back, sit down and take your shoes off. It sounds really simple, and it really is. It's really simple and easy to do. I'm going to go through how to put on different types of shoes, and I broke them down into like simple categories, at least how I see it. They're going to be slip-on shoes, or shoes that are easy to slip on, sneakers, shoes with details, and boots. Then I'm going to go through how to put on different types of shoes with different types of bottoms, such as short skirt, long skirt, pants/jeans, and leggings. Those are like usually the main bottoms that you would be wearing for showrooms or market week. For slip-on shoes, I consider them shoes that are just easy to put on. When it comes to shoes that are easy to slip in, like slippers or mules, you can either just slip your feet in easily like that, like you're wearing bedroom slippers, or you can just put them on one at a time with your leg crisscross over, like Mr. Rogers style. And then when it comes to Mary Janes or any ballet flats that has a strap across the top, you want to make sure that you really pull up on the strap so that way it lies flat and straight as the designer had intended. Slingbacks are super easy to put in. You just slide your feet in and put the back up. Pumps are also easy to put on. You may have to use your two pointer fingers or whatever fingers you like to help put your feet in. You may also have to use a shoehorn as well. And for these wedge espadrilles, they're just easy to slip on. Just remember to pull up on those straps to make sure that they're lying flat. Depending on the brand that you're working with, you may have to put on sneakers. I usually try to find out ahead of time which sneakers I will be wearing. And for that, I usually just ask the designer or the seller who's running the meeting if they intend on showcasing any sneakers and if they want me to put on any sneakers and which ones. So I'll just grab those sneakers and try to fit it to my feet ahead of time, so that way when it comes time for the meeting, I can easily just put my feet in and not waste anyone's time with me trying to put it on and take it off type of situation, because we want the buyers to see the shoes on quickly, and also whoever's running the meeting wants to like move on quickly to each different type of shoe in the collection. When I find out which shoes I'll be wearing, I will pull out the laces and slide my feet in so that way I can properly measure and gauge how much space my feet needs to just slide in easily. And I will tighten up the laces to a point where they're not like snug, but they're not too loose on my foot. And once I have that set, I will tuck in the laces. You usually want to have the laces tucked in and not tied in a bow, unless it's already in a bow to begin with, then you want to retie it back in a bow, but usually they don't want it in bows, they want to tuck into the shoe. Then I'll take my foot out, stick those laces as far into the shoes as possible. So when it comes time for me to wear them during the meetings, I can just easily slip them on like so. Also, make sure to fix the tongue of the shoes and make sure everything looks nice and flat. And there you go. For shoes with details, I consider those any type of shoes that have detailing on it that's around the ankles and above, like certain straps and stuff like that. And the main thing with shoes that have detailing on it is that you want to make sure that the details are seen, because that's what the shoe is about. And so for that, if you're wearing leggings, you're gonna have to pull it up. For this shoe, you can, as you can see, there is some detailing on the ankle strap area. And so you just pull up the leggings like so that way the detailing around the ankle can be seen. And for this shoe, as you can see, the straps crisscross in the back like that. Sometimes you'll be given the shoe and they will undo the buckles for you. So you really got to pay attention and remember how to assemble the shoe on the foot. Because if you assemble it wrong, it'll look wrong and it'll look weird. As you can tell, there's a real difference between having my leggings all the way down and my leggings up. Like you could barely see the details of that ankle strap. It looks way better with my leggings up than it does down. So for these shoes, as you can tell, there's a lot of detail that's definitely above the ankle. So we gotta have that be showcased. Also, what's unique about these shoes is that the zipper is in the back. For zippers that are in the back, they will have this piece of fabric that will lie between your skin and the zipper. And you want to make sure that piece of fabric is flat against your skin, so that way when you zip up the shoe, it will be a nice easy zip up. You definitely don't want to make it look like it's a struggle to zip up shoes. For lace-up shoes like these, unless instructed otherwise, you're just going to wrap them around your ankles a bunch of times until it has like a good amount of slack left to tie it into a nice bow in the back of your ankle. For shoes that have like the wraparound, you will most likely not have to put those on because everyone knows that they take forever to put on and take off. And time is money, so you'll most likely never have to put these on. I mean, not never. Like I've had to put them on like a couple times, but that's in like 6 years of doing showroom shoe modeling. And I mean, I love putting those shoes on for fun. Like I think they're really cute and sexy, but they are stress inducing when it comes to the showroom situation, because you're just like gotta do it fast so that way the client can see it. But most likely you will hardly ever have to put those types of shoes on just because it takes so long to put on. Next up, we have boots. So we have ankle boots, tall shafted boots that usually land below the knees, and then we'll have over the knee boots. And with ankle boots, you can really do both of like leaving the leggings down or pants down, depending on where the pants hit. But for the most part, you wouldn't need to. If I have leggings, I like pulling them up because I just personally think they look better. But as you can tell, you can go either way with it. They both look good. But I just personally like it with skin contact. And just taking them off is pretty simple. You just slide them off just like that and you set it off to the side. Then pull down your leggings just in case. Next up, we have tall shafted boots. So for tall shafted boots, they usually are between ankle and your knee area is where they will land. And for these, a lot of times they'll either have a zipper with them or not. If they have a zipper, great, it makes it a whole lot easier to put on. And make sure you unzip it first. And you're just gonna slide your foot right in. If there's no zipper on it, usually there's like some stretch and it should be easier to put on, but I usually find those to be a little bit more challenging to put on. If there's a zipper, it's just so much easier to put on the boot. You can choose to pull up on your leggings or not. As you can see here, they look good both with the leggings in and up. And for taking them off, unzip them and you're just gonna pull it out just like that. Usually when it comes to boots and taking them off, what makes it easier for me is I point my toe like a ballerina or Barbie doll toe and it slides out easily. And you can choose to zip up the shoes after you're done or not. You don't have to. I like to if I have time, but if you don't have time and you have to go on to the next shoe, by all means, you don't need a zip. So for these over the knee boots, they're so much fun to wear. You just slip them all in. And a lot of times these over the knee boots will have zippers. And just like putting on tall shafted boots, when you put your foot in, you're gonna point your toe like a ballerina or Barbie doll toe. And it just helps put the shoe in a lot easier. Also, what helps to zip it up is like keeping your leg straight and pointed. Sometimes I like to wear nylon socks with these too because it helps with gliding your foot in and out real easily. And then for taking it off, you're just gonna unzip it, and then you may have to like wiggle your foot a little bit out of it depending on how tight it is. Totally don't need to zip the shoe up. I usually like to if I have the time. That also goes for shoes that have straps. You don't have to like buckle it back in. You could just leave them as B, but I usually buckle that back in to be nice. When it comes to market week or showroom shoe modeling, a lot of times you don't have control over what you wear. You just wear whatever wardrobe the client gives you. And so I'm gonna go through the different types of bottoms that you most likely will wear. Now for short skirts, you normally don't wear them that often, only because of like, they want to keep you conservative, if you know what I mean. They don't want the models to have any of their lady parts exposed to the clients. You just want to keep it as professional as possible. So the likelihood of you wearing like a short skirt will most likely be rare, but it has happened to me before. Usually for short skirts, they'll also give you like booty shorts to wear underneath it. But I don't know, for me, those booty shorts end up riding up and they become underwear. So for slip-on shoes, just easily slide them in and you're good. I kind of developed a technique on how to put on shoes without my aloha parts showing and saying hi to the world. First things first is you're gonna put one shoe on the other side of your other foot so your feet are sandwiched between the two shoes. You're gonna take one hand, put it in between your legs like so, so it covers your lady bits as you're putting on the shoe. And then when it comes to the other shoe, you're gonna take the other hand that was on the outside, put the inside, and then the inside hand goes back to the outside. And of course I'm over exaggerating by putting my hand up in the air like that. And there we go. So I'm gonna show you how I do it normally. And it's easy, just like that. Another way to put on shoes with a short skirt, I like to call it the Mr. Rogers way, where you just cross your legs over and slide your shoe on just like that with the help of your fingers, and there you go. And taking them off, you do it the Mr. Rogers way, crisscross your legs over and slide them off just like that. For tall boots or over the knee boots, I do it like the Mr. Rogers way. I cross my legs over. For me, it's easier because your leg is extended out and you can point your toe and everything is covered. And then you just stand up just like so. And to take them off, you're going to do it just like how you put it on. You're going to crisscross your legs like Mr. Rogers. Point your toe, pull it out. And you are all set. For the brand that I'm with currently for the past couple of years, they tend to put me in a lot of like long skirts or maxi skirts, which I love. So the skirt that I'm showing you has like a big slit on it. With long skirts, it's super easy. You just like smash the extra fabric in between your legs so it covers your lady bits, and you just slide the shoe right in. I'm demonstrating with boots because they're tricky to put on with skirts, because you have to point your toe and extend your leg, and it does leave you susceptible for your lady bits showing. But as you can see with long skirts, you know, you have a lot of fabric to cover everything on the inside, so you don't really need your hands or your arms to cover the lady bits like how you do for that one technique I showed you for short skirts. For jeans and pants, these are like my least favorite things to wear for my bottoms. The shoe company or the shoe brands that I worked for in the beginning half of my shoe modeling career, for some reason, always put me in jeans or pants. And actually, the jeans that I'm gonna demonstrate these shoes are the jeans that I actually got from working with them. Like, they didn't want them, so they let me keep them. But I honestly did not like having to wear jeans at all. It just makes it so difficult when you have to put on boots. That's the only time that it's like really annoying. So it's like, yay, you're wearing jeans, and what do? Also, jeans aren't the most stretchy too. So when it comes to like wearing simple shoes that are below the ankles, like pumps and stuff, you just wear them normally. So easy, so classy, so pretty. The tough part is when it comes to having to put on tall shafted boots. So what I normally do is I would have to fold the jeans into the boots, because the jeans that they would have me wear for some reason were all flared. They weren't all skinny jeans. And I wouldn't even want skinny jeans too, because you can't really pull skinny jeans up to your knees to showcase shoes, because they're tight, and so it makes it harder to pull up. So I guess maybe that's why they put me in flare jeans. Yeah, as you can see with flare jeans, you can easily pull them up over your knees. I don't really care to do that just because there's a chance that the pants may fall and cover the shoe and it looks messy, so it's just easier to fold it into the boots. For boots that are over the knee boots, you have no choice when it comes to jeans or pants. You just have to fold the extra fabric on itself and fit it into the boots. Honestly, it's just really annoying, and it takes up a long time too, and it just makes it really tight inside, and also may make it a little bit harder to zip up, just because the shaft of the boots are already pretty tight. I mean, they're pretty loose on me, but when you add extra fabric in, then it gets super tight and harder to zip up. If I had a choice, I would never wear jeans or pants for shoe modeling, just because it's just a pain to have to like put boots on. But they may look great, but I just don't like to. It's just a pain in the butt when it comes to having to put boots on. The last bottoms I'm going to go through are leggings. Now, leggings you probably won't wear for showrooms or market week. You'll probably wear them more for like go-sees, or if you get hired to do a style out for a company like Macy's or Nordstrom, for example, where they'll have a model come in to try on all these different shoes that they're thinking of purchasing for next year, and then they're gonna start editing out the shoe line for what they want to put out on the floor in the following season. So I would wear leggings for those, just because it's just easier to deal with when it comes to different types of shoes and boots, for example. And leggings look good with pretty much everything. For these shoes, you slide them on, and they look great with leggings. Leggings are fine, they're very versatile. Now I'm putting on a pair of heels that has some detailing. As you can see, it's super easy for me to just pull the leggings up because they're so stretchy and they stay up. And also showcase the different details that are on the shoe. And again, I'm putting on a pair of shoes that are the lace-up kind. And as you can see, pulling up on the leggings, super easy. They just stay up. Honestly, I just love leggings. It's probably like my main staple of bottoms that I wear. You really can't go wrong with leggings. I love leggings. And last but not least, the name of the game when it comes to putting shoes on and taking them off for showroom shoe modeling or for market week shoe modeling is speed. You want to make sure that you're putting shoes on as fast as possible, especially when it comes to being in sync and in timing with whoever is running the meeting, and as they're going through the different shoes that are in the room. So you want to go as fast as you can, but also, pay attention to details, make sure that everything is in its place before you get up and show the clients. You want to be fast, but not show that you're trying to be fast. You don't want to look haphazard, especially in your face. And as fast as you're putting shoes on, you want to be fast with taking them off, so that way you can move on to the next shoe. Obviously, I sped all of that up. I think it's physically possible to take shoes off and put them on that quickly, but you get it. You want to go as fast as you possibly can with putting them on and taking them off while making them all look good, neat, and clean at the same time. For this next section, I call them the no-nos, only because I didn't know what else to call them. Here are some things to remember when putting shoes on and taking them off. So when you put shoes on, you want to make sure that everything is in its place and is laid flat before you get up off that chair and show it to the client. For example, in this one, the strap across the top of my foot is folded in. That is a big no-no. You want to make sure that nothing's folded in, it's laid flat and perfect. For these Mary Janes, it's kind of hard to see, but the strap is too far forward. You want to make sure it's all pulled up in the right position. For this, you want to make sure that you're wearing the shoe properly. And for that, I mean you don't want to cover the shoe at all. When it comes to taking shoes off, you want to make sure that your face doesn't show how difficult it is to take a shoe off. You will be wearing shoes that are really tight. Not all of them are going to be fit tested or fit corrected. They'll be rush samples. So as much of a struggle as it is to put on and take off a shoe, you don't want to show it in your face at all. You just want to like suck up those emotions, smile it up, not overly smile, but like, put on a pleasant, neutral face as if nothing is bothering you, and that's all. Clients will be watching you put shoes on and take them off, and if they see in your face that you're having a hard time putting a shoe on and taking them off, they're gonna think that, oh, if the model is having a hard time putting those shoes on and taking them off, then an everyday normal client who probably has wider feet will have a harder time taking them off. And why would they want to put that on the floor? Because that would just lead to clients returning the shoe. Another thing to keep in mind is when you put on shoes that are suede or have like that type of fabric where everything needs to be uniformed in look, you want to make sure that you smooth it out before you get up from the chair and show the client. I don't have any suede boots with me right now because I'm not at home at my apartment, but I'm going to show it on this blanket, okay? So let's pretend that this is a boot and it's like, oh, different directions. I don't know if it can be tell, like, different directions. So when you put it on, you want to make sure that that the fabric is smooth out and uniformed and looks nice and clean before you get up and show the clients that shoe. Usually it would be like suede boots that you'll have to do this, but just a reminder, when you wear anything with suede, make sure you smooth it all out beforehand before showing it to the clients. Anytime you have a shoe that has a zipper, you want to make sure that it's completely zipped up and that the zipper tab is down and flat. There are some zippers that are pretty tight and will stay up unless you push it down. So just make sure you push the zipper tab down before you get up off the chair and show the shoe to the clients. That was part 1 of how to shoe model in a showroom or for market week. Part 2 will come out soon, and I'll go over the walking and posing part of showroom shoe modeling. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And thank you so much. See you next time. Bye. Here we go. Ugh, shake it off. Oh, my back. Of course, I'm not like spread eagle or anything like that, but